In this video, I will take you through how to read your court summons when you've been charged with driving while your license is suspended in Ontario. First, some context. When you get charged with driving while under suspension in Ontario, the police will give you paperwork that looks like a traffic ticket, but it's not a traffic ticket. It's called a court summons that requires you to appear in court. Let's take a look at a court summons and I will explain to you how to read it. Now, what I'm going to show you is a real court summons, but I've included fake information to protect client confidentiality. Okay, this is an example of the summons that the police would give you at the roadside when they charge you with driving while under suspension. This information in the summons is not real, but it will give you an idea of how to read a summons. This summons, you'll notice, is white. In some cases, you'll see that they give you a summons that is yellow with handwriting on it. They are both the same thing. I'm just going to take you through one that I have, and that's easier to read. So first, you'll see it says that is the summons to the defendant. You'll notice here, there is something that says Ontario Court of Justice, and it's 4860. What this is, it's called an icon. It's a unique 4-digit number that the government has assigned to the court that you're going to be in. In this case, 4860 would match up to the court Old City Hall at 60 Queen Street West in Toronto. But every single court has a unique 4-digit icon. That's called icon. Here, this is the offense ID. In this case, I made it up, 1234566AB. That allows the court to identify the summons. You'll see here it says you were charged with the following offense on. In this case, I put as an example the 12th day of December, 2021 at 11:04 p.m. This needs to be the date and the exact time that you were charged with your driving while under suspension offense. Name, that is your name. They put the last name first, and then they put your first name. This is your home address. Again, I just put down somewhere in Toronto, but the idea is your name and address will be here. This section here tells you approximately where the physical location where the police pulled you over. I made this up, Highway 101 West at Best Street, which is not real, but the police need to put that down. And they need to put down the municipality where it is. Is it in Toronto? Is it in Vaughan, etc.? This next section is the actual charge. So in this case, it says did commit the offense of, and this would be the charge. So in this case, drive motor vehicle while suspended. So they give you a description of what the charge is, and it tells you it's contrary to what section in the Highway Traffic Act. So in this case, it's section 53(1). This next section is where you need to attend court. That court probably will be online on Zoom. Some cases may be in person, but this will give you details. It tells you that you need to be at Old City Hall Court, 60 Queen Street West, in Toronto, and it tells you when. This is incredibly important. It says on the 30th day of April, 2022 at 1:30 p.m. in courtroom C. Again, most appearances are on Zoom, but that court, for example, the Old City Hall Court at 60 Queen Street West, courtroom C, will have a Zoom or some type of online link and username and password that you should get from the police. If you don't have that, you should go online and you'll be able to find it. But again, this is critical. This information that you got to be April 30th at 1:30 p.m. And what's critical to know, your attendance is not optional. You have to be there. That is the law. And that's what this summons is compelling you to do. This next section tells you when this was issued, and you'll see the 12th December 2021 is the same thing as up here is when the offense happened. You'll see here that the officer will sign his or her name. In some cases, they may print it out. In this case, it's Officer Smith. Don't worry about this next section. This section here is about you. It lets you know what it was your driver's license number, where the driver's license was issued, whether you're male or female, your birth date, and the plate number of the vehicle that you were pulled over in and in what jurisdiction. And lastly, the very bottom is important. It lets you know what the officer ID is, and also what unit they're in. This allows the court and you to identify who the officer is that pulled you over and charged you. If you've been charged with driving with a suspended license in Ontario, your legal strategy is critical because you're facing a mandatory 6-month driving ban, and in some cases, you may be facing jail time. I've included a link below where you can book a free and confidential call with me to discuss your legal strategy.